Hi, John here. In this video I will talk about why giving your customers too many, product variation options actually brutally kills your sales and completely paralyzes the customer. Okay, so first it's important to understand the customer journey, right? And how actually it looks like. So for example, your customer has a phone, right? They are scrolling through Facebook, and now let's say that they are scrolling through, feed, and they see like some friends posts, family posts, favorite brand, right? Or they see like some group post or some other like interesting videos or some like stories that, with like naked people or whatever. And then in that like a complete chaos is your ad, right? And if you are actually lucky, then that person see your thumbnail, check that video or image ad you have, then check, for example, headline, see it interesting, maybe check also text part, then immediately go to your website. On that website, first thing that person logically do is to, for example, check name of product, like check the offer, check the price. If it's interesting enough, they will not bounce. They will, for example, check the text, add to cart, go to checkout, pay, and waiting for receipt, right? This is like a perfect situation that basically you hope will happen, right, when you launch some ads. Well, problem is that sometimes people really make that process confusing, right? And there is like a one rule: a confused mind doesn't buy, right? Here's like a hypothetical situation, right? Let's say that we have like a dog tool, right, or some like a dog toy or whatever, like anything for dogs, right? And you know that dogs have like a different sizes, right? And then there are like different dogs, right? So you can also like introduce some colors and all that, right? So at the end, that product variation, could be like 50 different options, right? Because you can select, let's say, like a size L, M, XL, S, and then also like a select like a blue, green, purple, whatever, azure, and like some other million colors, right? And that itself, let's say that you need to understand first thing. When a person comes from Facebook, they are not on Facebook to buy, right? So they don't really like behave same like on Google when they are literally searching for some specific. They come to kind of like entertain, and then they see, like that's something interesting, so they check it, right? So they're in kind of like they have like a very short attention span, and they are in like almost like in limbo, right? When they like something, they almost react based on emotions. And if they like something and then you show them a product with like 50 different variations, then it's almost like a alarm, when you hear in the morning, right? It goes like completely like a cut, that limbo, and they need to wake up, right? And because it's like so complicated and they need to use their brain power, which they don't want to do on Facebook, right? Then they're most likely to bounce, right? Because let's say that, okay, so if let's say that you are in a situation where you are really like selling something for dogs and you need to have like 5 different sizes, right? Because there is like no like a average size for dog, right? Because you have some Chihuahua, then you have like some huge, like a bull mastiff, right? Like same things will not, fit dogs, right? But let's say that you need to run those sizes, right? And somehow you can actually explain those sizes to customers in a way that they actually are able to make the decision and they are not confused from it. Well, then what is like a bad decision is to kind of like throw on them a million colors, for example, because okay, so they decide on size, but then you are trying to throw on them like blue, green, black, dark blue, or dark gray, or whatever, right? It's like a brutal paralysis, right? They will never do the decision. If you need to, for example, use colors, what is better is always to just go in 2 ways, right? So let's say that you have one color for like females and one color for males, right? So we'll go with like a pink, or yellow, or green, or blue. But this is like an easy decision, right? Because if there is like a pet owner, okay, female, it's obvious, male, it's obvious. But if you have like 5 different colors for males, then it's like okay, so should I go with green or should I go with like, like dark blue or whatever, and how I feel today, and they will have like a million different like emotions or ideas in their head, right? It will be just like so difficult for them to pull the trigger that they will just bounce and think like, I will just solve it later, right? That's what they will say. And then you will basically lose, you know, that sale. Problem is that if you would make it easy, right, then you would see that you actually have like higher conversion rate, because some people will actually go through that like a hell, you know, when it comes to the decision, even if they need to choose between like 40 colors, right? But some people don't, right? And if you would make it easy, those people who would buy anyway will buy anyway, plus also those people who will bounce will maybe buy as well, right? Because the decision is like super clear, right? I need L and I need blue, or I need M and I need like pink, right? It's like so easy. And I see that a lot of people actually try to make it like very difficult, right, this process. So if it's really not necessary to have like a million colors, like a million sizes, just try to keep it on like a, the best thing is always to have like a one version of everything, right? And that's it, right? Because then it's literally like a, like add, click, price, cool, buy, checkout, you know, waiting for receive. So they don't really need to at all use their brains, right? And yeah, so if you can do that, that's like a best, right? If you are really like a trying to kind of like come up with tons of colors without like any reason, right, then I think it's like a mistake, you know. I would really like think about it, because first it's like a fulfillment nightmare, and then, you know, it's like a basically a huge paralysis for those people who would buy, you know, because what you are really always trying to do is to make them buy immediately, right? That impulse buy. But if you throw on them a lot of like things that they need to, and a lot of the decisions, they might kind of like wake up and they will not buy impulsively, right? Or they will maybe say like logically, okay, maybe I will just get back to this later, but they never come back later, right? That sale is like done, right? I mean, you can maybe, you know, get them back with retargeting, but truth is that you will already pay as well for retargeting, so your conversion rate anyway, you know, decreases, and also your profit decreases, right? So to make your conversion rate actually higher, make it easier, right? Always try to keep everything super easy, so everybody will be really able to buy without using their brains, right? Because people don't want to think, they don't want to make like uncomfortable decisions, right? And especially when they need to like take their credit card out and pay for something, and basically if they're paying something, they just see like how money are like leaving their credit card, like, or a wallet, right? So you need to make the decision like as smooth as possible, so they are just like in happy emotions, and imagine like how his or her life will completely change, you know, once they will get that product, right? So definitely make it easy, because a confused mind doesn't buy. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope it helped. And if you still don't download my book, it's free. It's Facebook Ad Launch Guide for E-commerce. I literally wrote it for e-commerce owners who either starting to run Facebook ads and want to be sure that they will not burn any money, they will stop everything in specific time that it needs to be stopped, you know, so they are not scaling losses. Or if you are, for example, already, you know, advanced e-commerce owner and you are already using Facebook advertising agency, then this book will actually help you to find out if these people are actually doing like their job, you know, properly, and not really slacking or kind of like holding your success, you know, back. So definitely download it, because it's still free. And if you like my videos and would like to see more of them, definitely subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button, and I will see you in my tomorrow video. So thank you very much, and bye for now.